good morning to everyone for this wonderful gathering for the program of an Arunai Ideathon. I take immense pleasure to invite our Vice Chairman, Engineer E.V. Kumaran sir, our respected Registrar Dr. R. Sathisilan sir, our motivated and respected Principal, Head of the Department, Faculties and HODs. On behalf of Department of Computer Science and Engineering, in association with Institution Innovation Council of Arunai Engineering College, I welcome today's two eminent persons from various streams. Professor Utpal Chakraborty, who is a Chief Digital Officer at Allied Digital and former head of AAS Bank, and who is a top 20 AA key opinion leader and fintech innovators and TEDx speaker, who is an author, and he is an AA Global Ambassador. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Department of Computer Science Engineering, Arunai Engineering College. And I welcome the next chief guest, Mr. And Professor Atanu Roy Chowdhury, who is a founder of Capsule Lab. And I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Department of Computer Science Engineering, Arunai Engineering College. So now I request Professor Utpal Chakraborty to take over the session and make some kind of information related to an ideathon. Please, sir.
Thank you so much. First of all, thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, sir.
In this forum. And so I don't know how much time I have. So I can talk accordingly.
You can take your time, sir. We are expecting your time, actually.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry for joining a little bit late. I think I don't have a presentation at this point of time, but I'll try to. Can I share something? I'll try to present one presentation I think I have, so that I'll try to see whether I can present that. Is that fine or?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You can make
it. Kindly allow me a little bit of time. I'll just find that presentation. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about probably how artificial intelligence is transforming different industries, and specifically banking and finance. I think that will set some context. And I have got this presentation, but I don't know how latest it is. So I have prepared, I think, few months back, or I don't know, probably a year back. So when we talk about artificial intelligence, so essentially there are many definitions of artificial intelligence. And if you go to Google and you do some search, so you will get a lot of different definitions of artificial intelligence. And by the way, artificial intelligence is an umbrella term under which there are many technologies that comes under artificial intelligence. And the main sub-verticals that comes under AI are essentially machine learning, one part. So under machine learning, there is another sub-vertical called deep learning, which is essentially we use neural networks. And we have got also another sub-vertical called NLP, natural language processing, which is essentially how we can interact with any system in a natural language or a natural communication kind of a manner. So that is another sub-vertical. And there are also other sub-vertical which comes under the cognitive science altogether. So this is actually scientifically it is called cognitive science, because somehow we are trying to augment the human intelligence into our semiconductor. Okay, so how the brain works. So similar kind of things we are trying to do inside the semiconductor using some high-end scientific programming languages. So that is some kind of a practical definition that you can see. And the beauty of this technologies is basically unlike the conventional technologies, these technologies can learn from previous evidences. So this evidences could be in the form of data, okay, and it can understand and it can actually churn out the intelligence which is hiding inside the data and patterns, and then with that intelligence, it can do a lot of predictions. So AI machine learning is very, very good for any kind of predictions. And if we talk about these technologies, these are not actually very new technologies for that matter, because it goes way back to 60s, late 60s and 70s, when even these machine learning models and also the neural network was the idea of the neural network, or the actual hypothesis of the neural network has been designed. But unfortunately, at that point of time, nothing much could be done because of the limitations in terms of the computation capability or the ability, and also uh, the other limitations like storage kind of thing. And also data was also not widely available at that point of time, what is available today. So the technological revolution that we see today is essentially brought about by many factors. It is not only one AI. Okay, probably AI has got a lot of hype, but it is not AI. The revolution that we see in last 2 decades, or probably precisely 1 decade, or probably yeah, so probably 1.5 decades, is contributed by or attributed by many technologies. Okay, and that's what it happens. Like whenever you see any kind of golden era or any kind of revolution, at that point of time, there are a lot of factors came together, okay, complementing each other, creating a very coherence kind of environment, okay, to brought about this kind of a revolution. And same thing happened at this time also. So it is not only AI, although AI has got a lot of media attraction, but a lot of other technologies, for example, big data, okay, IoT, blockchain. So all together, and also there are other subsidiary technologies and peripheral areas of computer science has uh, uh, what do you call, contributed towards this golden era or go do much better than human, of course, in a particular domain. Okay, so it is a single domain focused kind of a thing, not on multiple domains altogether, because definitely it cannot compete with human at this point of time, because I think the human brain is what do you call it, the most sophisticated biological system in this planet, or the known universe that we know till now. But because it has got many amazing capabilities, and for AI to compete with human brain, I think it will take a lot of time, and it will require also a lot of breakthroughs. Okay, because the approach that we have taken right now probably uh, uh, are not enough to compete with human brain. Okay, so for that, some of the breakthroughs are required, but at the same time, I see in future, definitely it is possible. Okay, at least to compete with human brain for some of the things, not all the things. Okay, because human brain, I mean, as you go deeper and deeper, so there are a lot of new concepts are coming up nowadays. A lot of new researches are happening, and so human brain is kind of a quantum computer. Okay, so the microtubules, okay, which is kind of a small tube kind of a thing, or a computer kind of a thing inside our neurons. Okay, these are considered as kind of quantum computers which can hold the qubits. okay, and which can also uh, 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 exhibit the phenomena like interference, and then uh, your all kind of tunneling. So whatever, I mean, these things, quantum concepts are there, right? So those kind of things are been the data has been processed in that way inside the brain. Also, some of the scientists today believes that uh, there is a local processing and a global processing in the brain. So they somehow feel that brain is also connected with not only this the physical dimension that we normally see either through our eyes or through our apparatus. Okay, it could be anything and everything. The apparatus that exists today in this planet, but brain can also connect to different dimensions which are not visible. Okay, which are again called the dark energies and the dark matter. Okay, so now. Uh, uh, Even the computer scientists and the physicists are have started accepting those facts, because these are again uh, 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 proved by different mathematical uh, uh, what do you call derivations, as well as uh, some of the laboratory tests that has happened in different laboratories today, including in CERN in Geneva. Okay, one of the biggest where the God particle kind of research are being taken place. So, just with this background, so I'll talk a little bit on how artificial intelligence and machine learning has been used in banking and finance. So these are some analyst views. Okay, so that's what they say, and if you do Google, you will find that. So they are saying that because see, uh, artificial intelligence is normally these applications are invisible to human, right? So you cannot see artificial intelligence. It is always working behind the scene. Okay, so your probably smartphone that you are getting that has got a couple of hundreds of AI algorithms running either inside that on the edge or on the cloud where it is connected, but you cannot see it. Okay, but only you can see the effects. But chatbot is something which is basically, or the virtual assistants are something which is actually you can interact or see AI. You can say this is the front face or the front end of AI. Okay, so that's why this kind of conversational AI like chatbots or virtual assistants are getting a lot of popularity and traction, and also the enterprises and businesses are implementing those in a big way. Okay, because there are a lot of benefits that are coming out of that. Okay, and essentially what experts believe that one day it will be able to replace the entire what do you call customer service that we do with the human. Okay, and it is already replacing in many places 40%, 60%. So I mean different percentages that there are, but the way it is maturing. Okay, and as it has got a huge focus by a lot of big tech giants like Google, Microsoft, Amazon. Okay, so they are investing a lot on this kind of technologies, which is basically NLP engines, we call natural language processing engines, which are nothing but the heart of the any chatbot or any virtual assistant, Alexa, Google Home that you see. So definitely we'll see we'll see that one day it will be mature enough to replace at least the uh, first level of customer service, okay, L1, or to some extent L2 also. Another thing which is also getting a lot of traction is basically embedded artificial intelligence, because embedded artificial intelligence is basically how you can embed machine learning models or that intelligence into different parts of your existing enterprise systems. Okay, so probably I've got a core banking system, Pinnacle, okay, or I've got FlexCube, okay, from Oracle. So these are core banking systems. These are quite popular, quite advanced, and quite stable core banking systems. Now, but how I can bring some intelligence into different parts of these systems, right? So by embedding some of the artificial intelligence elements into this kind of systems. So this is called embedded AI. So embedded AI is also getting a lot of popularity. Then data inside any kind of data analytics. Okay, so it could be normal, descriptive, and diagnostic kind of analytics. Okay, which is normal as is. It can give you the as is scenario of whatever has happened uh, 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 by analyzing the data. Also, it can also do some amount of prediction. Okay, so these predictions are all futuristic. Okay, so looking at the past pattern, it can also do a lot of predictions. So this is called predictive analytics. And also there is another advanced uh, uh, version of analytics, you can say, is called prescriptive analytics, which is basically like it can not only identify the problem, it can also give some kind of a solution. So it is on the solution domain. It can prescribe what you can do. Okay, so that is also getting a lot of this thing. So that's why there is a huge focus for every enterprise to building their data ecosystem. So whether it is a data lake or a data warehouse or any kind of thing, so they are trying to pump in all their data from different other systems and sources and putting into uh, their data lakes, okay, and then creating data marts and running a lot of analytics, machine learning models, this, that, and all those things there. And BFSI, healthcare, so BFSI, banking and finance industry is decently good at adopting new technologies and taking that kind of risks. Okay, so although a financial institution are thought or supposed to be not a very good risk taker, okay, or the risk appetite is low, but uh, on the contrary, actually, they are good at adopting new technologies and taking some amount of this thing. So that's why you can see many of the applications, AI applications, which are successful today are the fintech applications, the banking and finance, used in banking and finance. Similarly, on the healthcare, because there are a lot of, so if you talk about computer vision, so there are many use cases in healthcare kind of things, like all kind of clinical imaging. Okay, so detecting cancer, detecting pneumonia, detecting any other tumors in the body, those kind of things. In the drug research and development also. So study of genomics and all. So there are also AI is, because AI can, with AI you can create the simulated environment, okay, and wherein you can do all your clinical trial in a very efficient manner with very minimal time, because normally you see the research, this timeline is quite longer. It takes around 15-20 years to actually do all kind of different kind of testing of the drugs, including your animal trial, human trial, and then ultimately coming into the market. So it takes a lot of, because the most of the time it consumed during the clinical research. So they will start with 1,000 molecules, and then they will see like which molecules are the potential candidates and all those things. So during that only 5-7 years used to go. So that is also there. Transportation is another area where it's a logistic and transport. A lot of things has already been done in manufacturing, customer service. So these are some of the segments where like AI applications are already being used, and these are quite successful. Now, if you look at the entire industry, what is happening is actually it is going through a revolutionary transformation, and it is essentially, you can say, from vanilla digitization, it is going towards cognification. So this cognification word is not available in Oxford Dictionary, but people used to keep using it, and so I also use this. So cognification essentially indicates that that intelligence or the human intelligence or the cognitive element, okay, that you can bring into the digitization process. So if you look at digitization into multiple layers, so probably cognification is the topmost layer, okay, the cream layer of digitization, wherein basically you are bringing the human cognitive element into your digitization process. Okay, so otherwise normal digitization process is essentially, I mean, converting your physical services into digital services, and you do some amount of automation, okay, like probably RP, robotic process automation, or any kind of workflow kind of things. But when it comes to AI, okay, it is essentially bringing that extra intelligence into that. So you can consider it as the topmost layer. And what is happening is now basically for an enterprise, right? So their products, their processes, even their strategies are being influenced by this kind of technologies, right? And these are enablers, basically AI, big data. Now quantum computing is also coming up. Okay, so these are essentially enablers. I think so. Why actually? So many people have a question, and I used to encounter, confront. I had to confront this kind of questions time and again by many people, even from the academia world or from the industry, other industries, that why we require AI. Understand this. Like any industry for that matter, okay, forget about banking and finance, any industry which is into a data driven kind of a business, okay, or extensive data driven business, they will not be able to avoid AI, okay, if they have to sustain in the market. Otherwise, they will be like, they will not be able to sustain in the competition. So, because today, if you look at this kind of technologies are basically what do you call, uh, mm, are essentially uh, the weapon for any enterprises, okay, to actually compete with their competitors, right? So any business which is into data intensive kind of a model, okay, and banking and finance is of course a data intensive business, because I mean, apart from the domain, okay, or the business logic that you see, whatever we do in the banking and finance today in the digital banking are nothing but manipulation of data, okay, nothing, with some mathematical formulas. Okay, of course, I don't want to generalize it because bankers will be very unhappy about that. But that is the fact, right? So definitely there are business rules, and banking and finance is a very vast area, and it is one of the most interesting area, by the way. Okay, as per my experience, okay, it is a very competitive and very interesting area kind of thing. But unfortunately, it is only manipulation of data, okay, with some mathematical formulas. So they will be able to avoid AI, because AI can provide the intelligent predictions and recommendations, okay, with the humongous amount of data that they generate normally. Okay, so in a bank, if you look at, okay, millions of transactions are happening, okay, and also apart from transactions, there are a lot of other things are happening inside that. So a humongous amount of data is getting generated. Now, what to do with that data? You can archive it, okay, but archive will not solve the purpose until and unless you can utilize it for uh, something which is required, which will contribute to the decision making, okay, of your organization or your business. So that is number one. And number two is banks or financial institutions, they have got an advantage over any other business, basically, because they knows their customer much more intimately than any other business, right? And probably you also know that banks, they knows their what do you call, financial details, okay? So they knows you much more closely than any other business that exists in this planet. And with this advantage, what they can do is they can actually do a very relevant kind of a recommendation and prediction, a recommendation of their financial products and services when they offer it to you. So this is called hyper personalization. Okay, so they can give you or offer you a product which is very specific to your requirement, okay, at this point of time, okay, and if they can recommend you uh, uh, in such an intelligent manner, then of course you are also going to avail those kind of products and services, which is not happening in a conventional way. Now it has started happening, because most of the recommendations that we get from email or SMS or WhatsApp messages from banks and financial, these are all generic, dumb kind of recommendation. It's not a intelligent recommendation, right? But with AI, you can actually do a very intelligent recommendation, looking into various factors of that individual, and do the recommendation very specific to his or her requirement. So these are the key drivers. So now these are some areas which already I talked. Okay, so this, I'll not go into this slide. Journey of automation, like it started with conventional automation, then robotic process automation came into play, wherein you can do all kind of workflow automation, okay, with some macro kind of things, or some kind of a controls, or some kind of scripts. Then the cognitive automation came, okay, wherein you can have to a great extent human kind of intelligence. And like today, if you talk to Alexa or Google Home or kind of things, so it can understand a lot of things, right? Like, and it can also take action on that, and it can also serve you in that way, which a normal human can do, right? Now, these are some of the known use cases of artificial intelligence in banking and finance. So, if you look at the entire banking and finance, it can be broadly classified into capital market, consumer banking, and insurance. So of course, there are other things are there, but these are the popular verticals, right? And these are some of the known use cases or known applications which are already been implemented. Many of the foreign banks and also many of the Indian banks. Okay, so they already have this system. Probably you are not aware of, but it is there. Okay? So number one is fraud detection. So AI algorithms are very good at detecting fraudulent activities. So these are fraudulent means these are anomalies, right? So whatever is not normal is kind of an anomaly. So this algorithms are very good at learning from the previous pattern, okay, and then detect if there is any kind of fraudulent activity that. So this fraudulent area is also very versatile. Okay, so there are many types of frauds, and every day newer and newer fraudulent activities or newer branches of fraudulent activities are coming up. So there are credit card frauds, there are insurance frauds, there are frauds that are happening into your different kind of schemes that banks provide. So there are many. There are frauds like anti-money laundering, okay, AML cases. So money laundering, not anti-money laundering, money laundering. So these are various types of that, and this fraud starts. Okay, so they are also like scientists, and they are also coming up with very new techniques. Okay, to actually take the advantage of the loopholes of the banking system, right? So definitely you have got some security loopholes. So no one can be 100%, right? There could be some kind of security loopholes, and what they will do, they will take the advantage of that security loopholes, and they will try to do the fraudulent activity, right? Or it could be attack also, okay, cyber attack. So AI algorithms are pretty much good at knowing the standard pattern, okay, within your network, within the devices, within the assets, and also your users, and also all other devices like access control, this, that, server, and what kind of a network traffic it is coming, from which source it is coming. So there are many factors. There could be 100, 200 factors it will consider. And if there is an abnormality, okay, in the transaction itself, so there are transaction parameters are also there. So that also it will look at, and those are primary parameters which are contributing most to the decision making, and it can identify whether there is a fraudulent activity which is happening. Okay, it could be anything and everything. So that is machine learning is best for this kind of use cases, and already almost all the banks are using this. Okay, so there are products also available, there are solutions available, there are also banks who have developed their own fraud detection system. Similarly, credit risk assessment. Okay, so before giving any kind of financial aid to a customer in the form of loan or something like that, so what bank does is bank does the assessment of the risks involved into giving any kind of credit. Okay, so of course one is CIBIL is there, CIBIL score 750, this that everything there, but those are standard. Okay, so they are not looking into all the parameters, but every bank has their own risk appetite, and accordingly what they will do is they will look into different parameters of an individual or an entity, okay, whoever is applying for any kind of financial aid, and they will collect probably their demographic parameter, transactional parameter, financial parameters, and then they will run machine learning model uh, on top of that, and it will find out the risks involved into giving some the credit. So this is also machine learning is very good at this. High speed trading, you already know. I mean, it has almost been captured by AI. Okay, so now it is all AI driven. Many of the cases, most of the cases. prediction and forecasting. So AI is very good at prediction. So any kind of prediction engines that you want to make, okay. So AI is very good in cyber security also, because as banks and financial institutions are holding your money, okay. So they are also there are risks involved into different kind of cyber attacks, okay. And the cyber criminals are always studying the security loopholes of your enterprise, and trying to land their attacks, because more and more IoT devices we are putting into our ecosystem, okay, and more systems are now going online, cloud, it is an opportunity for the cyber attackers to actually land their attacks and get hold of your different server systems, equipments, assets, okay, and then probably they will ask for ransom. Okay, so it is all because this cyber crime is not it's not for fun, okay, today. So I remember during my what do you call it, school days or my college days. At that point of time, we used to see viruses, some kind of malwares, and all those things. These are all people used to do for fun. Okay, so the first virus was invented by some Pakistani computer scientist, right? So and then later on, many other small big scientists, they came up with a lot of viruses just for fun, and just to play with your system, okay, give you a little bit of trouble, kind of thing. But now it is not like that. It's the organized crime, and it is $1 trillion business. Okay, not even billion. It's $1 trillion business. It's a very big business. Okay, so that's why what they will do, if you study deeply, so most of them are operating from something called dark web, okay, or dark net, okay, which is again a notorious place in the internet, okay, which is beneath the normal internet. And they will come up with, they will study your security loopholes for years, okay, and then they will run. So it is a completely pre-planned, what do you call, um, well strategized and well planned and well architected kind of a attack that they can do. Okay, so for that you also require that kind of a defense mechanism, so that you can actually counter those kind of attacks. Okay, and that is only possible with artificial intelligence kind of thing. That is not possible with any conventional technology. Okay, so that's why all the cybersecurity tools are now powered by AI. Smart wallets are, so payments is another area wherein the AI has revolutionized, and not only the normal payments. So now you see payments is almost embedded into the customer journey, right? So you need not have to think about payment. Okay, so you purchase something, your payment options are there. Okay, you just give your MPIN or whatever it is. Okay, and your payments, you have got multiple options there itself. Your debit card, credit card, your normal bank account, and all these things, and you can do the transactions. Going forward, it will be again, it will be seamless. Okay, it will be invisible within your transactions. Okay, so it will that. I mean, you need not have to even worry about the transactions. Okay, so where from it will the transactions will happen. Okay, from your credit card or debit card or bank account, everything will be decided automatically depending on your preferences and all. Okay, so that's what it is said. A payment now is been embedded within the customer journey. Okay, and this has already been possible with AI, advanced technology like AI. Okay, and also not only this normal payments, but also cross-border transactions or cross-border payments used to be very troublesome. Okay, and I remember 10 years back even. Okay, so there are a lot of things, Western Union, these that, and if you want to do it with bank, this thing also, there are a lot of hassles. Okay, you have to take. Now it is like seamless. Okay, because there are a lot of things. There are regulatory compliance related things. Okay, because different countries are involved, different parties are involved, and all those things. So now all those things has been hidden from the customer journey. Is that it's been essentially omitted from the customer journey. And customer need not have to think of all those things. This is the exchange rate, and you send money anywhere you want to send. Right? This is only possible with this kind of advanced technology. Now, anti-money laundering is also kind of a fraud. So here, basically, what happens like illegitimate wealth, okay, or money is coming into a legitimate system like bank, okay, and then it is distributed into different company accounts. These are all fake companies, okay, fake individuals, and this money is going across border, okay, across the border to some other country for different kind of illegal activities. It could be drug trafficking, it could be terrorist funding, it could be human trafficking. So lot of things are happening. Okay, and it is very very difficult because see, just using your banking system, financial system, okay, they are doing all kind of illegal activities, okay, in front of your nose, okay, and you are not being able to do anything with your normal conventional approach. But in using AI and high-end analytics today, it is very very easy to find out the sources of money, where from it is coming, how it is getting distributed, okay, because what they do is they try to, I mean, utilize the loopholes of your system, right? And they try to send the money through your bank only, okay, and it will be going for some illegal purpose, right? So, but now it is very easy to detect this kind of things. Robo advisors are also very very popular. Like robo advisor are essentially, it is like human advisors, right? So normally for one example, so there are many variants of robo advisors, but I will talk about just one. So normally for your wealth management, okay, so if you are a high net worth customer, so you will keep advisors like 30 years experience, 35 years experience, old guy, okay, who has got a good idea about the financial system, market, and all other things, okay, and also who reads 10 newspapers every day and financial news and all those things. And according, and he will also run a algorithm in his mind, okay, in his head, and he will give some kind of a advice for your portfolio, where you should invest, where you should invest for the long term, short term, okay, mid term, and all other things. Now you don't require those things, because what he is doing, that human is also from his experience, he's building some kind of a mathematical formula inside his head, and also he's looking at different data sources, okay, that could be newspaper, that could be other financial data, and he's doing some calculations and giving you some kind of these things, right, from his experience. Now AI algorithms can do it much better than that, because it can interrogate, or it can go to hundreds of data sources. It could be anything at the political data, weather data, your market data, company background data, lot of domestic, international, everything. Okay, so all the data it can churn out, and it can give you recommendations. So it is much better than human, and that's why these robo advisors are now replacing the human advisors. In fact, human advisors are using robo advisors as their assistants today. Similarly, recommendation engines, lot of recommendation engines you can build, okay, for recommending different product services. And these are a lot of other things, financial crimes, detecting financial crimes, a lot of other things, okay. So you can do in the insurance area also, a lot of use cases are there. So now one thing we need to understand, why this cognitive automation, okay, using AI. Okay, automation was there, okay, since long, right? And if you look back, right, like 200 years back probably, okay, so whatever scientific inventions, okay, that we did in last 200 300 years are all targeted towards, directly or indirectly, to eliminate human labor, right? So that was the purpose, okay. So this is the, you can say this was the hidden agenda. So it could be in the industrial revolution, what happened, like we replaced human with machines, right? All the factories are machine driven kind of thing. In the IT revolution, okay, which is also a big revolution in 1670, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s even. So what we did is these machines got humongous amount of processing power, okay, and we replaced a lot of humans who are doing normal what do you call, office work, okay. Those are being replaced by computers and the operators, basically. And also many other things. I mean, applications came into picture, and those also replaced a lot of human. And this is called cognitive revolution, or cognitive automation, or the revolution through cognitive automation. Here it is a little bit different, because these machines has now got, so in industrial revolution, machines has got the muscle power, okay. Now in IT revolution, it has got processing power. In cognitive evolution, it has got the cognitive element. Okay, it has got also the brain. So now what it is doing, it is affecting both the white collar and blue collar and white collar job. One type of job. It is also replacing skilled people, right, or semi-skilled people. So is it going to be a dangerous thing, or how it is going to shape up the future of jobs, future of human labor, and all other things? So yes, of course. So whatever we have seen from our past experiences is basically any kind of such automations. Right? Initially, it will definitely going to replace a lot of human. Okay, so let's accept that, and let's be very very honest and transparent. Okay, so let's not hide something or hide the reality. So definitely there is a short-term impact, and in the short-term impact, it is definitely going to replace a lot of human. And I can give you an example, okay, which is a classic example, and this is going to happen, and it is already. I mean, it will start happening. You will see in 10 years probably. Autonomous vehicles. Okay, these are already in the testing phase. Okay, some of the semi-autonomous vehicles are already running in the roads of US and a lot of other countries, even in India also. Okay, hardly it will take 5 to 10 years. You will get a fully autonomous vehicle. If it is fully autonomous vehicle, when divers are not at all required, think of that scenario. Okay, millions, billions of divers are going to lose the job. Of course, not in one day. Okay, because it is slowly going to come, but they are going to lose that job, right? So if you have an autonomous vehicle running in the street, okay, definitely humans will not be allowed to drive there, because this will be all IoT kind of a communication. They will communicate among each other through IoT devices, data going into the cloud. Okay, and they will be driving in a much efficient manner than human can drive. Okay, so human will not be able to cope up with a self-driving car at one point of time. So at that point of time, definitely a lot of drivers are going to lose their job. So this is the short-term impact. Now, what is going to happen? Okay, so now what experts are saying, not I am saying, okay, it is not my version. What they are saying is definitely there will be a lot of people required, okay, to build the infrastructure for running autonomous vehicles, because our autonomous vehicle will not be able to run our Indian roads in its current form today. Okay, so it will be completely embedded with empowered with a lot of sensors, a lot of other things. So it will be all kind of things. So in China, they are already building some of the in I think I forgot the name of that province. So they have already building all their roads and all of their infrastructures to actually which is for the autonomous vehicles, right? In US also they are doing in some places. Okay, of course it will be in a testing phase right now and slowly. So definitely it is going to replace human in the beginning, but going forward, it will also create a lot of opportunities and a lot of jobs. And also the most important thing is basically apart from like just replacing human or saving cost or time, because if you replace human, definitely you are saving cost, you are also saving time. Okay, but the more main thing is it can bring a lot of efficiency into your process. Okay, whenever you are implementing a technology like AI or a automation using these cognitive technologies, but at the same time, it will also elevate, okay, the nature of job that an individual is doing. Okay, so you probably that person who was doing a very mundane kind of a menial kind of a mundane menial kind of a job. Okay, uh, I mean, which is not actually suitable for the human kind of intelligent. It is not an intelligent job. So these jobs roles will be elevated to a more challenging, okay, cognitively challenging or intellectually challenging kind of a job, which is actually human is much suited for. Okay, so that is what is going to happen. Nobody knows. Okay, even I don't want to comment anything, but this is what the experts are saying, and this is what we have seen from our past evidences. So this is about cognitive automation, but we need to be cognizant about the fact that automation is always targeted to replace the human workforce, to save time, to save cost, to bring efficiency and all other things. Okay, so these are some recommendations. I'll not go into the workflow of this. I'll not even go into this. So nowadays, what is happening is, so let me So also there are some very newer kind of technologies, not new technologies. These are already there, but newer kind of use cases are and applications are coming up in this AI field, mainly using computer vision, video analytics kind of things, wherein it can detect objects, it can detect humans, and it can detect different kind of activities that is performed. And nowadays, these applications are being used in the ATM of a bank, or even in the smart cities. Okay, so what it can do is just analyzing the CCTV footage, okay, the CCTV images frame by frame. Okay, it can detect a lot of activities. Okay, if somebody is carrying any kind of weapon inside your ATM, okay, or if somebody is trying to destroy your ATM, somebody is trying to fight with your security guard, or sometimes also it happens in India, in rural areas. Okay, animal intrusion. Okay, cows, buffaloes, dogs, they used to come inside ATM, and they will try to make it unhygienic, dirty. Okay, so it can automatically detect. Okay, and it can automatically send a notification to the what do you call to your administrator, right? And similarly, in the smart cities, also similar kind of use cases are happening. If somebody is doing any kind of teasing, or somebody is trying to this what do you call snatching of chains and all those things are also there, no? So if somebody is trying to snatch the chain, so it will automatically detect, and also it will detect the vehicle number and all other things. Okay, or some there is a crowd, and probably there is a fight or something like that. There is a flood, okay, or some fire at some places. So these kind of things can easily be done with that. Also, it can do a lot of optimization in the smart cities, and also in your data center and all other things. Okay, because when it comes to optimization, AI is pretty good. Okay, so you can optimize your electricity, you can optimize your water resources and all those things. Okay, so now you'll see the street lights are always on. Okay, even at daytime also. Okay, so now, so probably from morning 5, you get daylight, right? But still till 9:30, the street lights are on. So this is the wastage of resources. Similarly, the public buildings like big schools, government buildings, stadiums, and all those things. So there is a huge wastage of air conditioning, huge wastage of what do you call electricity, water resources, and a lot of other things that can be optimized uh, in a big way if you can use artificial intelligence and high-end analytics. Yeah, so I think with that, I don't know how much time I consume. With that, I would like to conclude my this thing. I'm happy to answer if there are any questions.
Thank you, sir, for your experience speaking related to an artificial intelligence, and uh, and we have been admire on your presence and what you have been shared related to the technology aspects and aspects as well as the cognitive information, how the digitalization can be converted to cognization. So all this new information, I think it's a new information for the students, as well as basically now the present third year students are having the curriculum subjects of an artificial intelligence and as well as an computation intelligence. So I think this input will be the right input for the students to know about what kind of an exact information now presently in the real world scenario is going on. So any question from students aspects? So the question from Mr. Akash: how data analysis can be embedded with IoT?
Okay. Yeah. So now some of the, of course, many of the IoT devices uh, are powered with AI algorithms within that. Okay, and it can do that kind of processing in the aids itself at the IoT end itself. So it is already been there. So a lot of intelligence. So now a lot of IoT devices actually carries a lot of intelligence, and a lot of AI algorithms are already been embedded there. It is not like that always they will only send the data back to the data lake or wherever it is, and then in the cloud or in your on-premise, you do the what do you call run the analytics of the data and bring out the intelligence. No, a lot of algorithms are now running on the edge, on the IoT device itself, and it can be done. It is already there. Yeah. So if you do a little bit of googling, if you see there are a lot of there, and even in smart cities, we are also doing a lot of this kind of things. A lot of devices are there. So your camera is one of the best examples, right? So many cameras coming up today with AI algorithm.
So yesterday you shared the information related to in WhatsApp that there is an interview in an Republic TV related to an artificial intelligence and digital disruption in India actually. So can you want to give any input related to the students regarding that interview?
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy because see, till now if you see like our TV channels are bombarded with only political things and all those things, right? And there are no almost no programs or shows related to any kind of academia, any kind of technology, or even for that matter the industry. So I think this is a good initiative, and the topic of discussion was like how artificial intelligence can transform the business, basically, and what are the different use cases and how it is already transforming. Because many people probably are not aware of this, because as I told you, like AI is always invisible. So that's why, although your smart phone is powered with a lot of AI algorithms, but it is not visible to the people. So I think this is there were industry experts along with me, and this was a very good discussion, I think. And they were targeting like how India essentially can take the advantage of this AI revolution which is happening. Because see, we are already a IT superpower, right? I mean, declared or undeclared, we are an IT superpower. So we have got the maximum number of IT professionals, okay? And this generation that is sitting in the hall are, you can say, IT generations, okay? Because they have seen the complete life cycle of IT, because they have probably they took birth when IT was going rampanting in India, right? And I mean, all those things. So, and we can convert this population into a decent data scientist kind of a community very easily, okay? Because they already have the IT background, and we can, and we have got a lot of forums here, a lot of training courses and all those things, and these are very, very cheap training courses. So converting this IT professionals or our students into decent data scientists is very, very easy. Of course, data science is a little bit complicated, because you require a good mathematical background to understand it properly. And but I mean, learning this or upskilling somebody into data science is very, very easy. So I think this kind of shows are very, very important in terms of bringing that awareness, okay, across the academia, because academia plays a very major role, okay. And I always believe that it is the collaboration of academia and industry, okay, because most of the R&D kind of things are happening in the academia. Academia can help industry. So it is not like if industry thinks that, I mean, so we'll be doing everything alone. No, it is not possible. Definitely they need to collaborate with academia. And that's how, wherever I was there in my previous organization and my current organization, I always collaborate with academia, because they comes up with a lot of R&D expertise, okay, which they can help. And those kind of solutions can be easily extrapolated into business kind of scenarios. So I think this is a good start that Republic TV and some of the universities they have started, and I think this will take us forward. And I will definitely, that's what I believe, that let's bring that IT revolution in India together, okay, and we'll be able to do it. And there will be a lot of advantages there, because if you look at our government strategy and also the strategy of Niti Aayog, so artificial intelligence can actually change the face of India. It can bring more than 2 trillion, and it can give a great boost into our GDP. Okay, so that's what I can say.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful speech. I take this opportunity to thank Professor Dr. Suresh Eshan, who is the chairman of a CAC Mumbai Chapter, to make this opportunity to identify the great person in India as well as in world in the name of an artificial intelligence. So I'm happy to be the part of this particular program with a great eminent person like you. And students are really gifted on today aspects that we get an opportunity to meet you and share the information related to the new word what you had identified, like, and how the digitalization can be converted to the cognitive. So I think this particular aspects will give you a real information related to an artificial intelligence. And on behalf of Department of Computer Science Engineering and Arunai Engineering College, and we also request, and based on your time frame, we can have any specific webinar series or a specific topic on an artificial intelligence, how that explore the India, that what you told about the next decade or the forthcoming the way how the India is going to take over the artificial intelligence with different IT professionals. So I think you are the one of a pillar to make this professional activity as an IT professional. So I thank you, sir, on making this presence and make this opportunity to be the great occasion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Two eminent persons to be added over on today's session, actually. So I think we get another resource person, Professor Bhaskar Chakraborty, who is in charge of an research and development academic activities. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Jyotish.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Sir, whether the Professor Atanu Roy Chowdhury has been,
he is in another meeting, preoccupied. He is preoccupied.
Okay.
So let's start a session and discussing the idea of actually this is Ideathon, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the time is high. So candidate may pitch their ideas.
Yes, sir.
How much time they will have?
So they can give about 10 minutes for their presentation and 2 to 3 minutes for the discussion.
Okay, and I think there are 15 teams.
Yes, sir. Around 15 teams we have, actually.
Okay. So they may start now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So today I also welcome one of our alumni of our department, Mr. Ruthna Kumar, who is an technical staff from Zoho Corporation. I welcome you, Mr. Ruthna Kumar, to be the part of this program.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
So let me start the session. The first team is the team name Idea Broadcasters from third year A section, who is going to talk on the domain of an IoT on building and collapse of detection and smart notification, which is mentored by the staff, Mr. G. Amirthayogam, and the trainer who is going to accommodate it from the final year, Mr. G.B. Kribaniti. The students going to present on today is Mr. Hemant Dhananjalian, Avinash Axelian, and Chandru from third year CSE. Mr. Hemant, you can take over the session now. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Fantastic morning to one and all who are gathered here for the marvelous technical occasion Ideathon 2.2. We are very happy to present our project, which is building collapse detection and smart notification. Before going to start our presentation, I would like to introduce our team. Our team name is Idea Broadcasters, and our team mentor is Mr. G. Amurthayogam, sir, Assistant Professor from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. Our team trainer is Mr. G.B. Kirubanidhi from the final year CSE. I am Hemant and my teammates are Mr. Dhananjalian, Mr. Chandru and Mr. Avinash Axelian. We are belongs to third year A section from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Arunai Engineering College. Let's begin with introduction. Buildings are art and the architects are the artists. In olden days, human shelters were at the first and very simple construction, which are not permanent place to live. But now buildings serve several needs to society, from apartments to the World Trade Center. Construction 3D printing is a current trend in building construction. Even though the advanced technologies are introduced in our society daily, but a small mistake can cause a drastic deformation in the building. Consider a scenario, a building is collapsed. At that situation, our device will help the people by alerting them with buzzer sound and send the alert message to the fire service, ambulance service, and to the people who are using that building regularly. The The following session is taken over by Mr. Dhananjali.
Domain. Our project is based on IoT, which stands for the Internet of Things. This field has evolved due to the convergence of multiple technologies, including sensors and machine learning. Describe the physical objects with sensors, processing ability, software, and other technologies that connects and exchange the data with other devices and system over the internal or other communications. Problem statement. Whatever new technologies are introduced day by day in the field of architecture, it will not avoid the occurrence of the building collapse. A silly mistake can cause a huge damage in the structure of the building during the construction or after the construction. At the critical time, the sending the alert signal and alert message are difficult to the fire service, ambulance service, and people who are use the building regularly. Our idea to solve this problem, our idea will help. Our device is fixed in the floor of the building. The accelerometer is used to detect the vibration in the building and send the signal to the Arduino UNO. Arduino UNO is process the signal and triggers the buzzer to produce the sound. After 25 seconds, the GSM module sends the message to the registered phone numbers. The following section is taken over by Mr. Avinash Axelian.
Algorithm. Begin the process and then detect the vibration by using the accelerometer. If it detects the vibration, then start ringing the buzzer, else don't ring it. After that, check the button is pressed within 25 seconds, then terminate the process. Otherwise, send the message to the phone number which is stored in the program and at last end the process. The following session is taken over by Mr. Chandru.
Pre-requirement. The component required for this project are the hardware component are Arduino UNO. It is used to process the signals. Accelerometer. It is used to detect the vibration. GSM SIM 800 SIM module used to send message. Jumper wire and breadboard used for make a connection. Push button. It is used for terminate the process. Software requirement is Arduino IDE, which is used to embed the code into Arduino UNO. The following session is taken over by Mr. Yaman.
In one step forward, this following flowchart will explain the plan of this project more clearly. The accelerometer detects the vibration and the signal is sent to the Arduino UNO. Then the buzzer starts ringing the buzzer sound. If the button is pressed within 30 seconds, then terminate the process. Else send the alert message to the stored phone number in the program. Let's see the main pros of our project. It is a user-friendly device. Why? Because in sense, it has only one button to control. And the mobile number can be changed at any time by updating the mobile number in the program and send it to the device. And it is economical, portable, and also compact in size also. Future enhancement of our project are replacing the normal batteries with rechargeable batteries, installing mini solar panels for automatic charging. By using GSM 800L module, we can produce the device with minimal amount of cost and also in compact in size also. By covering the device with titanium metal sheet, then the device become more durable. Let's see the demo video of our project.
Hi guys, this is Hemant. We done a project on building collapse detection and smart notification. This is our project in which we are using an accelerometer. This is Arduino UNO and the power is given through the USB cable. By using Arduino IDE, we can embed the program into it. GSM 800C module is used to send messages. The blue light indicates the signal strength and the power is given through the external 12-volt battery and the SIM card is inserted The accelerometer detects the vibration and start ringing for certain amount of time. After that, it will send the message to the number which was stored in the program. It sends the message with the Google Map link. By clicking that link, you can find the location where the collapse has occurred.
Thank you for giving this opportunity to us, sir. Is that having any queries?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your project
Very
is
glad to meet you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And your project is very good, but you implemented this using Arduino Uno, right? Now, do you think about longevity of Arduino Uno because you are installing this device in building, and what will be the monitoring plan of the actually microcontroller itself? Because in high temperature, humidity, those are really the microcontroller will be directly affected by those types of actually environmental
Yes, sir.
circumstances, right?
Yes, sir.
So what will be your precaution? You said that titanium coated, right? Then can you elaborate a little bit?
Yes, sir. We are working on it to make it dust and waterproof, sir.
Okay, then itself it is an actually another project, I think, because the maintenance of that microcontroller is really R&D type of project, right?
No, sir. We are belongs to this one, sir. We think.
But if you think that you have to protect the microcontroller also
Okay, sir.
from the environmental effects, then you have to look after it, that, right?
Yes, sir.
So what is the plan, or what do you think about that?
We are working on it, sir, to make the project more better, sir.
Okay. And how do you think that how it will be applicable to enhance the social impact?
At the time of the accident occurred, we are very eager to protect the peoples only, sir. At the time, we can't make a call or message to the fire service or ambulance service, but our device will help to make a call or sending message with the locations.
Okay, and you made Google integration as well.
Yes, sir. Through Google link, sir.
Okay.
By touching that link, we can find the location.
How is it works? Can you elaborate a little bit?
Yes, sir. By encoding the program itself, we place the location of the place using the Google links.
In which language you build the program?
In C program, we are using the
Embedded
Arduino
C.
IDE.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Using
And
C
you made
program, by using the Arduino IDE, we are embedding our software into that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to our team to present our wonderful project. Thank you all.
Yeah, hello, Yamuna. Yeah, hello.
Very glad to meet you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Yamuna. Yamuna, இப்போ நீங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்களா ஐஓடியில்? ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்காக இருக்கு. என்ன ஒரு விஷயம்னா, ஆல்ரெடி நிறைய ப்ராடக்ட் இருக்கு, நிறைய கேஜெட்ஸ் இருக்குல்ல நம்ம எடுத்துக்க வந்து டிடெக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு. அதுவும் உங்க ப்ராஜெக்டும் என்ன டிஃபர் இருக்கு? ஆல்ரெடி இருக்கிற ப்ராடக்ட்க்கும் இப்போ நீங்க நியூவா ஒன்று இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்றதுக்கும் என்ன டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்கு? நான் ஒரு நியூவா ஒரு ஃபீச்சர்ஸ் எடுத்துட்டு வந்திருக்குன்ற மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருக்கா? எனி ஆடான்ஸ் இருக்கா? நியூ ஆடான்ஸ்?
எஸ் சார். இப்போ எர்த்குவேக் வந்துச்சுன்னா கூட அவங்க அந்த பில்டிங் ஓனர்ஸ்க்கு மட்டும்தான் சார் போகும். இப்போ இந்த பில்டிங் கொலாப்ஸ் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா நம்ம வந்து டைரக்டா ஃபயர் இன்ஜின் அண்ட் ஆம்புலன்ஸ் சர்வீஸ்க்கும் போற மாதிரி செட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் சார். ஆட் ஆன்.
ஓகே. இப்போ நியூவா ஒரு பில்டிங் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்கன்னா அதுக்குமே சூட்டபிளா இருக்குமா?
எஸ் சார்.
அப்படின்னா அந்த பில்டிங் ஆல்ரெடி நிறைய நாய்ஸ் இருக்கும், நிறைய சவுண்ட் இருக்கும், ஏன்னா நிறைய பிரேக் பண்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதெல்லாம் டிடெக்ட் பண்ணும்போது உங்களுடைய டிவைஸ் வந்து இதாகுதான்.
அதுக்கு தான் சார் நாங்கள் டைம் லிமிட் செட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் சார். இப்போ 30 செகண்ட்ஸ்க்குள்ள வந்து ஏதாச்சும் ஃபேக்கான இது கிரியேட் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னா நம்ம வந்து பட்டன் ப்ரெஸ் பண்ணி அந்த ப்ராசஸை டெர்மினேட் பண்ணிடுவோம்.
ஓகே 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 மேடம்.
தேங்க்யூ சார்.
ஓகே ஓகே.
Thank you, Team Idea Broadcasters. Now I invite Team Technologist Mr. Shibu Rafid Fahal, Mr. Satish Kumar, Mr. Uday Raghavendra, Mr. Akash to present the topic on prediction of energy generation.
A very good morning to all the chief guests who are present here and my dear friends. And our project is based on the smart energy prediction, which is led by me, Shibu, and my teammates Satish Kumar, Akash, and Udaya, guided by our assistant professor IT Nurul Hasan sir, who is being a team mentor and guiding us throughout this project. And our team name is Technologist, and we have chosen the domain of data analytics because data analytics is a future based thing, and which is used for the main prediction purpose, and it will be helpful for us and as well as the society for the environment growth. And upcoming slides will be handled by my teammates. Akash, please continue.
Hello everyone. We prepared this project to overcome the issues. The issues in the sense there are high expenses on non-renewable energy when compared to renewable energy. The expenses means to extract the energy from the non-renewable source is high cost. It takes more cost than renewable energy, and there is a lack of prediction of the energy generation. Since the renewable sources is open source, like in the internet, the renewable source we didn't predict that much. That use more energy rather than the non-renewable energy. Then renewable energy generation is very high. It gives more performance than non-renewable energy. Thus our idea is to collect the past data from the data generation from the renewable energy source, and with the data we are just framing a data set through the Google Sheet, and we are training those data set with our algorithm, and we are choosing the ARIMA model. There are a lot of model like S-ARIMA, BATS and T-BATS. This ARIMA model gives more efficiency and accuracy rather than other model. Thus, we could conclude the result by the prediction using the plotted graph. Then, prerequisite of our project is to have the knowledge about basic knowledge about R language, and there are a lot of models there in R language. We need that knowledge to choose the model which gives apt and accuracy of the prediction, and some of the basics knowledge of the Excel and Google Sheet. And the following slides are explained by our friend Satish Kumar.
Hello everyone. Like already told, ARIMA model is both efficient and effective. So we use it. It stands for Auto-Regressive Integrated Moving Average. As the name tells that it's a static analysis model. It used for time series data, whether to understand the data or to predict the future data, which may be efficient with probability of 92% accuracy. That's what we get from our models, and it's both auto-regressive. Auto-regressive involves mean value prediction and relationship between both the previous data and future data. Okay, we come to algorithm. As per every project needs an algorithm, we start with the program which needs previous data. So we visualize the time series from the previous data, stationarize the series, and we plot them using ACF. ACF is autocorrelation function, and PSCF belongs to partial autocorrelation function. Using them, we represent them as a chart or any graph, and we use parameters like BTQ. And this model, ARIMA model, is implemented, making them predictions. The predictions we take as output, And now we have the flowchart. Here we start by gathering the data from our resources which we have, and these resources are trained using the data sets, and they are refined. They are modeled. They are again modeled and redefined using the SARIMA and SARIMA models. We then predict the energy resources which we get in our output. By plotting the future outputs in a graph, we just finding the accuracy of its. Yeah, okay. Next, our next section is handled by Uday Raghavendra.
The main advantages of our project is if any environmental changes is happen, we could predict it and to schedule the plan for extraction of energy. Then we could find the weak spot in a detection. Then it helps to predict the future casting. This is our major advantages. The future announcement of a project is we will implement in all renewable resources to predict the nature of source. Thus, we could generate the energy based on a seasonal generation via our project prediction. Let's get into the live action demo, which will be taken by our teammate Shibu.
So rather than presenting a demo which is being recorded, we have planned just to be a live demo, and we have gathered the data which is we have made a set of code, and this is a live data which is generated from our campus. Our campus is having a solar and energy generation room, and we have collected the data from that. We have just imported 40 days of data, which is the energy generated and the data which has been collected, and we have given a small set of libraries into the forecasting model, IDMO model, and we have just implemented a small software which will predict the energy generation with high and lows format. And by planning those, we can run this code with just being testing this model, and we have a set of graph which will be easy for us to view the content. As we can see, we have, as mentioned in the algorithm, we have the red mark which has been given. The red mark which you guys are seeing, these are the marks which is the predefined set of data which is used for the training model, and the blue mark is the data which is being predicted. So the day 20 to 50, we have been plotted the existing data, and with the help of the existing data, we have just predicting the next 10 days of data, that whether the data is being low or high, and related to that one. And we have another values like how many, like we can't say that it's been a high or low values. In this graph we are having the day, like you can see guys here, these are the energy generated with the high and lows values, and above from the days of 40 to 50 we have just having a data like predicted data, like high values up to the energy generation, like per day energy generated per day. So this is a small initiative for having a energy prediction, which will be helpful for us and in each and every fields, because energy is being a vital role. So we will be and we are just proposing a small initiative for this one. Thank you for this opportunity, and for this department, and as well as our all staffs for making this and as exhibiting our talent. Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Actually, your project is smart energy prediction.
Yes.
Right. Now, you predicted, you have worked on solar on solar energy, right?
Yeah, sir. We have generated a solar energy which is being, we have just taken that data, solar data.
Solar data. Then yes. It is related to weather and actually the timing of diurnal cycle, actually, the whole day.
This is for the whole day, sir.
It cannot produce data after a sunset and before sunrise.
6 to 6 data, sir. We have just gathered the data which is related to the solar.
And maximum energy production time is around from 11
12 hours.
11 a.m. to suppose 3 p.m. Right?
Yeah, okay, sir. We have entered data which is related from
But
7 to 7.
But in case of rainy season, rainy at the time of raining, it
Okay.
cannot produce, or
We can implement the
maybe less.
software in the related rainy softwares. Like we can predict, we can import data which is being we can import the data which is related to
I
rainy season.
understand that this is actually smart solar energy prediction, but in case of other type of energy sources, how would you think can it be implemented?
Yes, sir. Because actually this is a smart energy prediction, not only based on the solar things. We have
If you think about nuclear energy
okay.
prediction, then how you implement your
In,
idea into that area?
into nuclear energy generation or in
Yeah.
a nuclear energy or a gathering of nuclear energy. Since the nuclear energy is basing, in case if you are generating some energy, we have a basic data. It is a basic data. We have a set of data, and we'll import those data into some other models. Like for weather forecasting, we have using in this ARIMA model, which is an
How do you import the data? Actually, nuclear energy is really confidential. Confidential research.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then how is the feasibility? Actually, I am asking you that question in the ground of feasibility. Is it feasible
Okay.
to import the data from
No, sir.
DRDO?
No, sir. This is the only specialist for the
So
wind, solar, and some renewable energy sources, which will be useful for the
renewable,
society.
like suppose water, actually from windmill or
Okay, yeah. In case if you are taking that windmill, we have just we will take the 40 days of data which is being generated. For example, like we have the data which is generated by windmill for the 10 to 30 days or 40 days of data. We will import those data in a CSV file or Excel format, and we will import those set into this ARIMA model. And what will
Actually, your work is very good. You have done a very good work, very smart work. But in the aspects of naming,
yes, sir.
naming
Yeah.
smart energy
Oh,
prediction, you
yeah.
may use suppose smart this type of energy
A
prediction.
renewable type of energy like that one.
Yeah. Smart energy
Yeah, okay,
prediction
sir.
is very general. Actually, it is general term,
Yeah,
and
yes, sir.
we know all the energies, chemical
Oh,
energies,
yeah,
nuclear
yeah, sir.
energy,
Yes, sir.
etc., etc. But
Yes, sir.
you cannot cover all the energies.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
You cannot predict all the
Yes, sir.
energies. You
Yes, sir.
don't know where is the coal. Actually, we know the coal. Suppose it is coal
Okay, okay,
energy. Okay,
okay.
that means
Yes,
thermal energy.
yes, sir.
Then what will be the prediction where coal is actually coal mine is located? Actually,
Mm.
we know all uh, those are discovered that here coal mine is, and they are. But in case of which is not discovered yet, then how do
Okay.
you predict? Then your prediction system actually you have to think in another way, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
So prediction then that will be ambiguous in that
Yes, sir.
case.
Yes, sir.
So in case of solar energy, you can predict.
Yes, sir.
In case of suppose you have to made a dam
Mm.
using yearly rainfall, you
Yes, sir.
just preserve the water, and from that water you just produce energy. It is possible, and you can predict this also. But in case of
Yes,
coal
sir.
energy, that means thermal energy, how do you predict? What do you think?
In case of thermal energy, this is the software which is especially designed for the thing what we have initiated is just to exhibit our talent, exhibit our idea based on the solar and wind and most commonly used energy, not like the thermal or any other nuclear energy. We have not discussed yet, and hopefully we will be working on those as you have mentioned. We will be working on those two by in the upcoming years.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, hi Shubhu.
Hi, bro. Hi,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay, so how much data you are capable to handle? How much
We are
huge data?
the capable in this since this is our model, we can gather years of data. Like the only thing is it depends upon the running capability. We have chose just 1 month of data because in case if you are gathering 30 to 40 days of data, we can get a prediction for just only for 10 days. And if you are just importing for the data of 1 year or 2 years, we can predict up to 3 to 4 months. This is the ratio. So it doesn't depends upon the data. If you are just wanting for a long-term process or a long-term prediction, we should import a long set of data, which is 3 or 4 times greater than the predicted data. So this is what our project is about, sir.
Okay, okay. Which type of database are you using to store the data?
Which type of we are just using a data which is being generated. We normally a general database which is commonly entered. Like if you are just using a structured database, we can have a structured data. We can have a just a normal file. Data is typed on a file. That's what a normal data like.
Oh, now you're
Having
storing the data are in file, right?
yeah, sir.
Okay. You're reading the file for generating the analytics report, right?
Yeah, we have using a data which is embedded in a file or which is just being typed in a file called in Excel sheet. That's all.
Okay.
In a CSV file, especially in CSV
Yeah.
file.
Yeah, CSV file will support a years of data to store.
Yes, a CSV file will support. We can have a data up to maximum of 3 years, which will generate a. In case for our user friendly, we can for the energy like solar wind, we can have a 3 years to 5 years of data, which will be helpful for generating the predictive data for around 6 to 7 months, which will be much more enough for having a predicted value for a common man or for a normal organization for spending.
In file, it is a locally stored device, right? If in case of
Yes,
any
sir.
backup will be available for the data, if the file will be lost
Backup
or the
no,
system will be
no.
cancelled.
If in case the system is being crossed, we can have a file. Since we are using the Art Studio, it is having the capable that it will just import a file I mean, if in case if we are just importing a normal file in Art Studio, there is an option called converting into CSV file. Our original data will be as it is in our device or in a separated file, and the Art Studio will make those of data into CSV file and then it will run it up. So the original data is not even being touched. We are just extracting those data into Art Studio. So our original data won't be damaged. So.
Okay, okay,
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity, and it's being an initiative for innovation of our ideas. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, Team Technologists. Now I invite Team Code Warriors, Ms. Nikita S, Ms. Harsha M, Ms. Ovia M, Ms. Aarti M to present the topic on Arduino Vehicle Accident Alert System.
Welcome all to Arunai Ideathon 2.0. Our team mentor is Mrs. K. Sahitya Priyadarshini, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science, and our team name is Code Warriors. First of all, I would like to introduce me and my team members. I'm Nikita from 3rd year Department of Computer Science, and I'm the team lead of our project. Followed by me and my teammates Aarti, Harsha, Ovia. Without any further delay, let's get into our project. Our project name is Arduino-based Vehicle Accident Alert System. We will see about what is Internet of Things and how does IoT works. The IoT is system interrelated computing devices, mechanical and digital machines, objects, animals or a people that are provided with unique identifiers and the ability to transfer over a data network without requiring human to human and human to computer interaction. An IoT ecosystem consists of web-enabled smart devices that uses embedded systems such as processor, sensor, and communication hardware to collect, send, act on data they acquire from their environments. Next, we will see about problem statement of our project. Whenever a road accident happens, the people nearby have to manually call the ambulance, which causes waste of time. Hence, there is a delay of emergency service to arrive at the location for the accident. In order to fix this problem, we are going to build a system that will provide the emergency facilities for the victims in the shortest time possible. The incorporate an embedded system that contains GPS and GMS module connected with Arduino UNO. The entire setup is installed at the front end of the vehicle. The Global Position System (GPS) is used to identify the location of the vehicle. The GSM is used to inform the exact vehicular location in the form of longitude and latitude coordinates to the pre-coded number using an SMS. GSM module provides a two-way communication by using SIM card, such as the module works in the same manner as a regular phone. This application provides the optimum solution to poor emergency facilities provided for road accidents in the most feasible way. Number of deaths in thousands. The road traffic death worldwide by sex and age groups. From 1 to 4 age limit, the death rate is 28 male and 221 female. From 5 to 14 age limit, the death rate of 83 males and 49 females. From 15 to 29 age limit, the death rate of 245 males and 60 females. From 30 to 44 age limit, death rate of 244 males and 60 females. From 44 to 59 age limit, the death rate of 61 males and 61 females. 60 plus ages has death rate of 65 males and 68 females as per the record of World Health Organization. Next slide will explain by Aarti.
In this slide, I explain about our idea. Vehicle accidents are one of the most leading causes of death. Road accident is the most unwanted thing to happen to a road user, though they happen quite often. The most unfortunate thing is that we don't learn from our mistakes on the road. Most of the road users are quite aware of the general rules and safety measures while using the roads. But it is the only laxity on the part of a road users which causes accidents and crashes. The main cause of accident and crashes are due to human errors. We are elaborating some of the common behaviors of humans which result in accidents. Our speeding, drunk driving, distractions, and to driver, red light jumping, avoiding safety gears like seat belts and helmets, non-adherence to land driving, and overtaking a wrong manner. To save people's life from a road accident, we are going to build an Arduino-based vehicle accident alert system using GPS, GSM, and accelerometer. The accelerometer detects the sudden change in the axis of the vehicle, and the GSM module sends the alert message on your mobile phone with the location of the accident. The location of the accident is sent in the form of the Google Map link derived from the latitude and longitude from the GPS module. The message also contains notes. Accident detection and the messaging system can be fitted in a vehicle and they are informed about any such incident at the go. Accident detection Accident detection and messaging system is simple as the system makes use of GPS and GSM technology. GPS is use, GPS is used for coordinate of the site of the accident while GSM is used for sending the message to the phone. To make this process, all the control is made using Arduino. Various LCD is used to display the accident. The upcoming section will be explained by Asha.
In this slide, I'll explain about the requirements. The component required are Arduino UNO, GSM module, GPS module, accelerometer, 16x2 LCD, connecting wires, and breadboard. The Arduino UNO is the heart of our system. The Arduino UNO is widely used open source microcontroller board based on the 80 Mega 32.8p microcontroller and developed by Arduino.cc. The board is equipped with sets of digits and analog input output pins that may be interfaced to various expansion boards. It's programmable with the Arduino IDE via a Type B USB cable. The next component is GPS module. The SIM900A is a complete quad-band GSM module which can be embedded easily used by the customer. SIM900 delivers GSM 1900 MHz performance for voice SIM data with low power consumption. It is easily available in the market. The next component is GPS module. GPS is known as Global Position System. It is a space-based satellite navigation system that provides location and time information in all weather conditions anywhere on the earth. It's freely accessible to anyone with a GPS receiver. An accelerometer sensor is used to next check whether an automobile meets with an accident or not. The automobile is inclined with the road with 0 or 180 degrees. As the inclined angle changes, the probability of accident increases. An accelerometer sends information to the Arduino UNO. 16 into 2 LCD means it can display 16 characters per line, and there are two such lines. In this LCD, each character is displayed the 5 into 7 pixel matrix. The LCD has two registers, namely command and data. The command register stores the command instruction given to the LCD. The data register stores the data to be displayed on the display.
Power on GPS. Accelerometer detects the sudden change in the axis of the vehicle, and the GSM module sends the alert message on your mobile phone with the location of the accident. Location of the accident is sent in the form of Google Map link derived from the latitude and longitude from GPS module. The message also contains the speed of the vehicle in knots.
The next slide shows the flow chart of our project. Using this flow chart, I'll explain the working of the system. Arduino is used for controlling whole process with a GPS receiver and GSM module. GPS receiver is used for detecting coordinates for of the vehicle. The GSM module is used for sending the alert SMS with the coordinates and the link to the Google Map. Accelerometer, namely ADXL335, is used for detecting accident or a sudden change in any axis. And an optional 16 into 2 LCD is also used for displaying status message. We have used GPS module SIM28ML and GSM module SIM900A. Now, whenever is an accident, the car gets tilt and accelerate change its axis values. These values are read by the Arduino and checks if any change occurs in any axis. If any change occurs, the Arduino reads coordinates from GPS module and SIM sends to pre predefined number to the police and or ambulance or a family member with the location of accident place. The message also contains a Google Map link to, to the accident location so that location can be easily tracked. When we receive the message, then we only need to click the link and we will redirect to the Google Map, and then we can see the exact location of the vehicle. The speed of vehicle is also sent in the SMS and display on the LCD panel. The next
Advantage. The methodology aims to save the lives, aims increase the safety of both person driving the vehicle and other peoples on roads, assigns emergency service and quick response terms to take quick reactions in case of occurrence, enable implementations of effective safety regulations for four-wheels drives on road at both day and night. User-friendly interface enable its easy usage by vehicle drive. The metallurgy advantage of these systems are cost-effective, assured safety, within life can be saved quickly, low power consumptions,
Better accuracy, effective time conceptions reduce the chance of human error. Future enhancement. In this future, we can interface with different sensors such as alcohol detection, drowsiness detector, heart rate detector, etc. In terms of this, we can really prevent an accident and save life. This can also be developed by interconnecting to a controller module that take the photograph of the accident spot that make that tracking easier. Next we will see demo video of our project.
Welcome all to Arunai Ideathon 2.0, and our project is Arduino-based vehicle accident alert system. Whenever a road accident happens, the people nearby have to manually call the ambulance, which causes a waste of time. Hence, there is a delay for emergency services to arrive at the location of the accident. To save people's lives from a road accident, we are going to build an Arduino-based vehicle accident alert system using GPS, GSM, and accelerometer. The accelerometer detects a sudden change in the axis of the vehicle, and the GSM module sends the alert message on your mobile phone with the location of the accident. The location of the accident is sent in the form of the Google Map link derived from the latitude and longitude from the GPS module. The message also contains the speed of a vehicle in knots. GPS is used for taking the coordinate of the site of the accident, while GSM is used for sending the message to the phone. To make this process, all the control is made using Arduino, whereas LCD is used to display the accident. In Arduino IDE, the code should be uploaded, and then first we should reset the Arduino UNO button. The system is ready to display the content. So initializing of the data, and then successfully initialized. Waiting for the GPS signal, and the GPS data should be processed, and the latitude is 28.44 and the longitude is 77.00 and the speed is 0.2. Hence the GPS is ready, and sending a SMS to your given mobile number. Click the link and then go to Google Map. The location should be displayed by the Google Map. Based on the latitude and longitude, in Gurugram, near DTC delivery value, the accident occurs. Then it was detected by our Arduino-based vehicle accident detection system.
The proposed system is developed to provide information about the accident address and the location of the accident. It helps to easily provide assistance and help to the victim of the accident. The system uses a GPS model to locate the vehicle. GSM is used to provide information of the accident. The result of the proposed system are satisfactory. So thank you for giving the opportunity for me and my team members. I would like to thank Mr. Jyotish Kumar, our HOD of CSE department, and the chief guest. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. Thank you all.
Hello, Code Warriors. Hello.
Sir.
Yeah, I have a question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Actually, suppose a rider or actually he is driving, suppose, and he is in 90 kilometer per hour. Suddenly, the road is actually he saw that road is empty. The road is not so popular. Empty road, so he just press accelerometer, and the speed is nearly about, he gets a speed up to 140 kilometer 140 or 150 kilometer per hour, and then he just turns his car in 180 degree and just stopped. Okay, right?
Okay, sir.
Then
yes, sir.
I think actually axes are already changed, and sudden speed limit initially increased, and then it stopped into zero. So it may detect it as accident, but actually this is not accident. Then how do you ensure that this is not accident?
Actually, an accelerometer sensor is used to check the automobile meets with an accident with or not. As the automobile is inclined with the road with 0 or 180 degrees, as the inclined angle changes, the probability of the accident increases, and the
Sorry,
accelerometer sends
Nikita,
information to
sorry,
the Arduino.
you were
UNO.
not audible. Please repeat.
Yes, sir. An accelerometer sensor is used to check whether an automobile meets with an accident with or not. As
How?
the automobile is inclined with the road with a
automobile is in the situation of inclined in the road, then it will detect it as accident, otherwise not. How do the accelerometer, how will the accelerometer recognize that is accident or not? This is my question. Accelerometer just detects actually accelerometer just detect the changes of velocity or changes the speed of the vehicle, and by this it just changes the speed from 90 kilometer per hour to 140 kilometer per hour, and then suddenly stopped, and the position is 180 degree rotate from the direction where he is going, and now the direction is 180 degree. He just in speed of 140, he just turned his car and stopped it. Then how do you recognize this is accident? This is not accident.
It shows the actual changes of the axis of the vehicle, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, Nikita. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, your project really nice. You save the humans, like really nice thing. But I have one question.
Yes, sir.
If normally accident will be occurred, some person will be called the ambulance service. the ambulance service suddenly asks how many victim person will be available there. It's a question from the ambulance service. Your project will be say the victim person count, because then only the ambulance service will be send the ambulance based on the person count. If the 2 victim, it will send a 1 ambulance. If the 4 or 6, it will send a 2 or more ambulance. Your project will be cover this.
Future enhancement.
In future announcement, you will be cover the how many victim person will be there in that car or any some vehicle, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Team Code Warriors. Now I invite Techie Innovators, Ms. Sasikala E, Ms. Shalini S, Ms. Yoga Lakshmi S, Mr. Akilanteshwari to present their topic on home automation using AI.
A warm welcome to all. Myself is Sasikala from third year CSE. I would like to present my topic home automation system using artificial intelligence with my colleagues Shalini S from third year CSE and Yogalakshmi S from third year CSE and Akilandeshwari K from third year CSE. Our team name is Techie Innovators. Our team mentor is Ms. G. Shobha, Assistant Professor, CSE Department. Artificial intelligence is the domain of our project. Artificial intelligence means man-made plus thinking power. It is a branch of computer science by which we can create an intelligent machine which can behave like human, think like human, and able to make decisions. In AI, you do not need to pre-program machine to do some work. With the help of artificial intelligence, we can create such software and device which we can solve real world problem very easily. Let's turn on to abstraction of our project. Home automation is the emerging technology and also need of today. For the last decade, a number of standards have been defined for home appliances. The main objective of home automation are controlling and management and coordination of home appliances in a comfortable, effective, and secure way. On the other hand, the artificial intelligence is evolving as a technology for developing automatic system that precise the information learned from environment and can make decision use case based using a vision capability, based learning ability, decision making, and reasoning. The AI project a better solution for almost all automatic system. The main purpose of the main purpose is to help handicapped and aged people that will enable to control home appliances and alert them in critical situation. Now let's turn on to problem statement. It is not possible to monitor our home at every time manually. The intelligent home system will be convenient to monitor the home and the electronic device. A lot of energies are wasted by forgot to turn off the lights, fans, and other appliances. To improve the security of home and from suspicious activity, the system can recognize the object or face and send the notification regarding the people standing at the front door through the smartphone to prevent the fire accident and carbon monoxide leaks using smart locks. Smart alarms, we can avoid the fire accident occur in the smart home.
This is our idea. Smart home is a very common approach to make our life smoother. Purpose of creating home automation using artificial intelligence means user can easily control electronic appliances through smartphone. We can also use them to get access to family and friends for a set of period of time. We include camera and sensors can help you to protect your home and family. Think of artificial intelligence as a computing power that is able to perform frequent complex tasks and otherwise require a human input. A motion sensor might trigger a turn on, but if your home has artificial intelligence, it might consider the time of day, the person walking the home, and where she is walking, deciding turn on and how long to keep it on for a truly smart home is a home that does not only to devices to their users, but also understand the people that live in it and their needs. To prevent our home to be safe and secure, it consumes power less. Then we move to algorithm. First, open picture blocks. You need to keep two things in mind while working with this extension. You need to log in into your PictoBlox account that your laptop or computer is connected to internet. Click on the board, select a view component. Next, select artificial intelligence extension. Let's add text to speech instruction. Then this extension lets you convert the audio into text message. Click on add extension button again and scroll down till you find text to speech extension. Next, let's begin to adding Abby. This sprite will be a character for your home automation system. At last, we are started to add the block for our program. Then we move to requirements, sensors, small speech recognition, smart camera, voice assistant, picture blocks. These are the required things for which we are used in home automation. First, end devices like sensors, locks, etc. Whereas sensor is used to check temperature, monitor whether the door is locked or not, or whether the light is on or off. The smart camera is used for security purposes. It tracks the happenings in your home and uses your Wi-Fi network to transmit the video. It is used for taking pictures, video, and face recognition, etc. Speech recognition. It also known as automatic speech recognition or computer speech recognition or speech to text. It is a capability which enables your program to process human speech into a written form. Voice recognition. It has gained prominence and use with the rise of artificial intelligence and intelligent assistants such as Amazon Alexa, Apple Siri, and Microsoft Cortana. PictoBlocks. It is a block-based educational coding software. It enhances hardware interaction capabilities and emerging technologies such as robotics, artificial intelligence, machine learning makes learning to code fun and engaging. It just drag and drop the coding blocks and make cool games, animation, interactive projects, and even control robots that you want. Now, Yogalakshmi is going to explain the flowchart.
This is the flowchart of our project. Using this flowchart, we can easily understand the concept. You establish the connections like Bluetooth or Internet, then send the command from the smartphone. If it is a valid command, then go to the next step. That is control or monitor. Otherwise, go to the previous step. That is step 3. If you want to monitor, check the status of sensor, or if you want to control, then control the home appliance and send current status on smartphone. Next, we go to advantages. Safety and security. It automatically locks the door and arms the alarm system when everyone has left the house. This eliminates one need for human monitoring, energy and cost management. If you forget to switch off the lights, upstairs or when to play outside, without turn off the TV, no worries. Your AI home automation system will take care of it. Comfort and entertainment. The system prepares the home-based user situation when the user returning the home from a run, turn on the AC. Next we go to future enhancement. Home of the future will increasingly tap into neighborhood energy system, feature flexible layout. Home of the future is a space for the digital natives with the invention of automation technology featuring AI. Home automation has become a reality. Use improved technology to make automatic decisions about heating security and even postal delivers according to a new report. One can implement several of the tasks with just a single command of verbal instruction. Technology will become much more efficient and one will be able to control everything from volume to security from the central place. These technologies can use to build fully functional home automation systems and control smart home devices, including smart lights, connected thermostats, and appliances. The demo video is explained by Agilandeshwari.
You need to keep two things in mind. First, you need to sign in or log into PictoBlock's account from here. Your computer needs to be connected to the internet. Now click on the extension button and select the AI extension from the list. We'll even make a AI assistant speaker. Thus, we'll add the text of speech extension from the extension library. Before writing the script, we will set up the scene of the room and PictoBlocks. Here we already added a few sprites and have set up the background. Simply download the SB3 file from any browsers once you downloaded the file and have opened it PictoBlocks. Now starting the script for each and every sprites, we will be controlling three sprites. First one fan, second one lamp, third one radio. Abby will be a virtual AI assistant. Let's first write the script for Abby. We'll make Abby ask the user what does the user want to do and then performing action accordingly. To execute the program as soon as the green flag is clicked, place when third block from the event palette. As you can see the Abby standing off the center stage, let's shift her to the right hand side of stage. Thus, you go to XY block from the motion palette. Write 197 in X minus 73 in the Y. Now, let's set the size of her 80% of original. Thus, you see set size of block from the looks palette and write 80 in the space script. We will make Abby speak. Thus, let's give her the voice. Place set voice to block from the text to speech to extension and choose Alto from the drop pad. Let's first introduce Abby to users. Thus drag and drop save block from the looks palette and write hello, I am Abby, your AI assistant. To make her see the text places speak block and copy the above sentences into the right space given. Now places for our block to run the script continuously. We need to ask the user what do they need to duplicate this block and drive what you want to do and both this space given. We first need to recognize the speech from the user, thus from the artificial intelligence palette. Drag and drop the recognized speech for block and choose 5 from the first drop down. To keep how long do we recognizes the speech from the users. Now the speech is recognized but is not stored in the block. It is stored in the speech recognition result block. Now we'll match the speech from the user to the next text we have added. Thus place if and else block from the control palette. Now to compare the recognized speech and the command place can contain operator block from operator palette. This block is used to check whether the user has spoken the phrase written in the space or not. Place the speech recognition result in the first input. We will first turn on the lights on, thus write lights on the second space of the content block. As soon as the lights on speech is recognized, we will make Abby say switching on the light, thus places say am the speak block below the if false. To turn on the light, we will make a broadcast block and write new messages on lights on. We want to turn on the lights off. This duplicate the if else block and place into the else spot. Replace all the ons with the offs. The same procedure for fan and radio. The output is
Thank you for your attention. A special thanks to our HOD, Dr. Jyotish Kumar, and our trainers, E. Kokit.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Actually, in the end of your presentation, you were not audible. It's okay.
Sure.
Good project. So you integrated the thing using PictoBlocks, right?
Yes, sir.
And all libraries are there. And you just integrated the light and fan button using PictoBlocks.
Yes, sir.
And PictoBlocks have the capability to text to speech conversion, etc., etc. Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, just I'm asking a tricky question that what is your invention in actually innovation? Actually, what is your innovation in your project? You integrated all the things. This is very good and this is really appreciable. But what is your innovation?
Yes. Sir, using PictoBlocks, we are making something new.
Home automation is already there, Alexa, Siri, etc. And in case of building AI or natural language processing, that is already done using PictoBlocks. Then you integrated all the things. This is good project, but in the part of innovation, you have to think a little bit more, I think.
Yes, sir. We are without using hardware device, how to make home automation. That is our project. I think that is a new in our project.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yes, Sasika. Satikula. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your project will be under AI or IoT.
Yeah, sir. Artificial intelligence.
It's completely artificial intelligence, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, take that scenario. If person A will come to some house, okay, your project will be in the house. The person will be say the command to on the fan, switch on the fan or switch on the AC, right?
Yes, sir.
If every time the person A will be give the command to switch on the light and switch on the fan or AC, right?
Yes, sir.
But AI will, if the person A will come the house, the first time will be only the person will be give the command to switch on the light or switch on the fan. If like person A will feel fan is good for our health, person B will feel I want to switch on a AC, not I not like a fan. If person A will become, the first time he will be give a command to switch on the fan. In next time the person A will become, your AI will be recognized the person A will become, the person A not switch on the AC is only comfortable with fan. Then why we ask command in every time to switch on our appliance? If AI means if the person A will become the next time or third time or fourth time, it will comfortable with fan. Then you on the fan. Why we get the command to person A?
So the person preference may be vary with sometimes. That's why.
Yeah. If AI means you will be recognize the instruction to execute the process, right?
Yes, sir. But the person A sometimes he want to prefer AC, but sometimes he want to prefer fan. So
Yeah,
that's
okay.
why.
Yeah, sometimes
It's
you
wait
will
for
prefer
their
a
comment.
different thing. That's okay. But AI means you want to recognize something without any instruction, right?
Yes,
Your
sir.
project will be getting an input from every time from the user. It just like IoT. Yeah, IoT will be give an instruction from the internet or messaging something. Your project also getting an input from every time from the user. Without user interaction, your project will be not perform anything, right?
Yes, sir. We will improve in next session.
Yeah, okay. You know one thing, this is my third year college project, Ideathon project, home
Yes, sir.
automation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Team Tech Innovators. Now I invite Team Tech Army, Ms. Subiksha R, Ms. Priya S, Ms. Abhirami B, Ms. Shalini S to present their topic on channel attribution.
Good morning, on and all present. Welcome to Ideathon 2.0. I'm S. Priya from third year in Department of Information Technology. Introduce my team members are Subiksha, B. Abhirami, and S. Shalini. My mentor is Mr. S. Nurul Hassan, Assistant Professor in Department of Information Technology. We are presenting the idea about channel attribution under the domain of data analytics. Next, we can see about domain data analytics. Analytics is the systematic computational analysis of data or statistics. It is used for the discovery, interpretation, and communication of meaningful patterns in data. Data analytics is the science of analyzing raw data to make conclusion about that information. Data analytics helps individuals and organizations make sense of data. Attribution is the act of assigning credit for conversion to different ads, clicks, and factors along a user's path to completing a conversion. Next slide is presenting about problem statement. Apparently, a customer goes through multiple choices because they have many more options to buy a product. Thoughts before zeroing in on the final product to learn or buy. It's a time consuming process since there will be various choices. It is difficult for digital content creators to deliver the content at respective sides of their need. Next topic will leaded by Abhiram.
Now we can see our idea. To locate all the paths that the customer travel before finalizing the product. Using path generation, we will be predicting the most spent time by the customer in the websites. By the time spent by the customer, we will be providing the insight to the desired company for the business analytics process. Next slide is algorithm for our idea. To collect the historical data, after that, remove the unwanted and duplicate data from the data collection. After removal, create a transition table using sample CSV file. Next, build a Markov model for prediction process. Using this prediction process to train the model. Finally, it reaches the deployment phase, which gives the outcome. Let's see the prerequisites we use. Channel attribution, which is used for tracking different marketing channels. Markov chain, it gives the probability distribution for moving data from one state to another state. Machine learning, it gives the conventional credit for our historical data. For example, ranking of websites in web search. Now my teammate Shalini will continue the slide.
Let's see the flowchart. Initially, it starts, then it collects the raw data. Next, there will be removal of unwanted data from the data collection. And then it creates transition table using sample CSV file. Next, using transition table, build a Markov model for prediction. After prediction, to train the model, we use three main packages: channel attribution, ggplot, reshape. Next, deployment. Deployment is nothing, the action of bringing resources into effective action. Eventually, it stops. Now, The next slide is about advantages. It gives a probability distribution for moving data from one state to another state. It gives the process of idea for the further information. It is useful to predict whether the customer will buy the product or not. Next, future enhancement. In future, the software may be implemented in web apps, mobile apps, and other prediction-making equipments. Other than learning sites like Udemy, Coursera, SoloLearn, it is also implemented in e-commerce sites like Myntra, Nykaa, Amazon, and so on for the prediction of sales credit. Smart market analytics is used to predict sales credit using Markov chain channel attribution.
Now we dive into a quick action demo.
This is the R Studio window. Why we choose the R language is to give the output in a graphical representation. We have already done a coding using the sample data. So we just have to use the sample data for the demo purpose, and we have to copy them to the right side of the window. The R language includes different packages. Here we use some of them like channel attribution, ESAFE, and ggplot2 packages. Now we have to install the packages. This is the installation process of the packages. On the mainly the ggplot2. ggplot is used for graphical representation of data. It gives output as a graph. In the R Studio, the right side window comprises of coding, which we are going to enter, and the left side window shows the output of the coding generated. So this is the output shown in bar graph now. With the help of the graphs, the investors will make the decision, and it will be also helpful for the content creators and students.
From the graph produced, it is easy to visualize. It is easy to convince the investors by showing the graph rather than giving them textual format in hundreds of pages as report. It provides a marketing strategy for digital content creators. And also it helps many companies to optimize their marketing spend, and the main goal is to reach the right customer at right time with right content. Thank you for giving this opportunity, sir. So I would like to deliver my heartiest gratitude to Dr. M. Jyotish Kumar, Head of the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, and our team mentor, Mr. S. Noor Hassan, Assistant Professor, Department of IT.
Okay, thank you. Team takeaway.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have two questions. Actually, this is data analytics, and you are getting huge high velocity data. What is your source of such kind of high volume data?
So we have just collected an sample data from internet for the prediction process.
How do you collect this kind of data from internet? What is the mechanism to collect the huge data? Actually, which tool you have used, or just manually you have collected, or from file, or it's any website, from where you have collected the data?
We are just collected our demo data from Analytics Vidya website, sir.
Analytics Vidya. Okay, good. And then
we have modified our data for our prediction process in e-learning sites as well as in e-commerce sites, sir.
okay. And then you have used Markovian model into it.
Yes, sir.
Actually, how it will be precise implementing Markovian model? Can you explain a little bit about Markovian model or
Yes, sure.
Markov chain?
Yes, sir. So why we choose Markov model is it's an probabilistic approach. So we think it will be suitable for our project, since it's giving an probabilistic of customer whether they will buy the product or not.
But in case of, have you listened to the term stochastic process?
Sorry, sir?
Stochastic process. Stochastic process. Okay. It's okay. Fine. Very good job.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, hi, Sushita.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, the project is really wonderful. Are you predicting the data analytics? It is similar like technologies team.
Sorry, sir.
Your project will be similarly like Shibu team. Yeah, Shibu means is the technologies.
Yeah, yes, sir.
It
They have
means,
smart energy prediction.
Yeah, okay. Can you predict the next day of stock market value using your project?
Sir, we have just implemented it in e-commerce sites, sir.
E-commerce also under the stock market. E-commerce means you are selling or buying something from the companies, right?
Yes, sir.
Stock market also same. Only data will be different.
Yes, sir. We can
In
work
e-commerce
in this
only,
in future, sir.
e-commerce only one company will be there. In stock market, we'll have a number of companies. Want to maintain a number of data from the number of companies.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is your prediction accuracy?
Sorry, sir.
Your prediction accuracy?
Up to 80%, sir.
Okay, Suksha, thank you.
Thank you, Team Tech Army. Now I invite Team Rockers, Mr. Santosh, Mr. Vasigaran, Mr. Vijay Prakash Raj, Mr. Sivakumar to present their topic on hosting multiple OS.
Fantastic morning to the chief guest and all my friends who are gathered here for the marvelous technical occasion Ideathon 2.0. We are very happy to present our project, which is hosting multiple operating systems. Before going to start our presentation, I would like to introduce our team, the Team Rockers, and our mentor is Mr. G. Amadayagam Sir, Assistant Professor, CSE. I am Vasigaran and my teammates are Mr. Santosh, Mr. Vijay Prakash Raj, Mr. Shivakumar. We all belongs to third year from the Department of Computer Science Engineering. Let's begin with an introduction. Our domain is cloud computing. Since we are hosting websites, we use cloud computing as our domain. Statement. If an user is using Windows operating system, suddenly if he needs to access a tool in other operating systems such as Linux, then he needs to switch over to another operating system by restarting the system. In such situations, the user faces a lot of difficulties regarding the data loss, storage consumption, etc. In order to overcome this problem, we are providing multiple operating systems in a single website. Our idea. We are using a hosting provider in which our operating systems are hosted in the workstations. Our workstations contain different operating systems such as Windows 10, CentOS, Windows 11, and Ubuntu. It is a multi-device platform so that our customers can run and test any type of operating systems from anywhere.
Next, I call upon our teammate Vijay Prakash Raj to explain the components.
We are using HTML and CSS for the front end of our website. Our website is integrated with Microsoft Azure for hosting purpose, in which operating systems are hosted. We are using XAMPP server to serve web pages on World Wide Web. Algorithm. Our website is integrated with Microsoft Azure having workstation. The workstation acts as a hosting provider in which the operating systems can be hosted. User enters into our website and choose the required operating system. Each user will be provided with a specific login ID and password. User can sign in with it and experience the hosting operating system. Next flowchart will be explained by our teammate Santosh.
Flowchart. First, users enter into our website. Then he wants to select the required operating system from the list of OSs. Each user is provided with the specified login credentials. If the user enters the correct login credentials, the operating system opens. Otherwise, it exists. Future enhancement. In our model, we are currently working with Microsoft Azure for hosting operating system. In future, we will be host our own cloud platforms. Currently, we hosting operating systems only in systems. In future, we will be hosting in multi-device platforms.
Advantages. Our website is user friendly, full of features, simple to work on it, and use less storage, easy to access, more time efficient, and future model. Let us see our demo video.
Initially, we enter into our website. Our concept is hosting operating systems and it has a list of operating systems. First, we enter into the Windows 10 operating system. The interface of the Windows 10 looks like this. Now we open the Microsoft Office. The Microsoft Office opens quite well. We are using a complete operating system with full of features and applications loaded within it, and hence it is not a light operating system. Next, we choose our next operating system, the CentOS. In the CentOS, we are using a tool called TCP dump. Since TCP dump can only be used in the Linux and Unix based operating system and cannot be used in the Windows operating system, it will be very useful for our user to switch over to another operating system and use a tool in Linux. And it saves a lot of time and space. And hence our model is a futuristic model.
Thank you, sir.
Very good project. Hello.
Hello, yes, sir.
Actually, suppose you are in one OS. At that time, you want to switch another OS. Then I think you have you made the design like this. You have to log out, or you have to restart your OS. Right?
Sir, yes, sir. That time complexity less duration is reduced, sir.
Yeah, time complexity reduces obviously, but you have to log out from your that OS, and you have to log in in your another OS like this, or you have to actually sign out from your present OS, and next your window appear and you have to log in into another OS like this.
Yes, sir. We are like virtual machines. They are using with one operating system. Like our low end PCs, they are not supported virtual machines. Our idea is giving all OS in single website.
Actually, you have to log in from a website.
Yes,
Initially, you have to you must have to a single operating system in your PC. Then by using this operating system, you just use internet, enter a website, and then you can use virtual environment in multiple virtual environment of multiple OS, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But it is necessary to recite actually one operating system is your, in your system. Hello?
Yes, sir. I cannot understand, sir.
Is it necessary to have at least one operating system in your system? In your hardware, in your machine? Actually, suppose I want to use your system, use your multiple OS, I must have suppose Windows 10 or Windows 11 in my system. Then I have to enter your website, and then I can access multiple OS, right?
Yes, sir. But you are using Windows and wants to use a tool in Linux. Then we go to our website and use the tool, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please repeat. Please repeat.
Yes, sir. We need one OS to log in into our website, sir. Then use multiple operating systems, sir.
Okay. Got your point. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
ஹாய் வசீகரன்.
ஹாய் சார்.
ஓகே, இப்போ என்கிட்ட வந்து என்னுடைய லோக்கல் ஓஎஸ் இருக்கு. என்னுடைய லோக்கல் ஓஎஸோட டேட்டா வந்து உங்களுடைய விர்ச்சுவல் ஓஎஸ்க்கு மூவ் பண்ண முடியுமா?
அது வந்து நாங்கள் ஃபியூச்சர் என்ஹான்ஸ்மெண்ட்டு நாங்கள் ஃபியூச்சரில் வேணால் கொண்டு வரோம் சார்.
ஓகே, 1 TB க்ளவுட் ஸ்டோரேஜ் காஸ்ட் எவ்வளோ இருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க ஆவரேஜா?
ஆவரேஜாக ஒரு 5000 கிட்ட வரும் சார்.
அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு 10 யூசர் இருக்காங்கன்னா உங்களோட க்ளவுட் ஸ்டோரேஜ் எவ்வளோ இருக்கணும்னு ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க ஃபியூச்சர் என்ஹான்ஸ்மெண்ட்டுக்கு?
அது வந்து இப்போதைக்கு நாங்கள் வந்து அசூரில் இப்போ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறதுனால அங்கே அன்லிமிட்டெட் ஸ்டோரேஜ் தராங்க சார். அதனால நாங்கள் அப்படி
Azure will provide. I am asking about your future enhancement website.
Yes, sir.
Name of the website is
Team Rockers. Rocker.live.
Okay. Okay, Siran, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Bhaskar Chakraborty and Mr. Ruthna Kumar, to make over the session to be an active.